Greetings, my fellow freedom lovers, sovereign thinkers. This is LL3's newest podcast. My name is Craig, transmitting from the beautiful swampy mangroves of South Florida. And today's date is Saturday, February 11th, 2017. Yeah, so I'm at CJ's Lounge, Java Lounge, located at 400 Southwest 1st Avenue, Suite 1 in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, right along the New River, which is right near the Andrews Avenue Bridge. I know I talk a little too fast there, forgive me. And one of my fallen brothers, Dave Necropolia, has finally laid to rest. His body is in the Detroit, Michigan area. And I did a video on it. I was morose, to be very sincere. But real shame when you have people that you care about, especially at a young age, pass away. So go see that video. It's on Facebook, and you can make your own decisions. And I just do what I can. It's from the heart and soul. So my brother, may his soul be forever free. All right? Remember, I always loved you. Even though I may bust your chops at times, but it's always been in good faith. Okay, so I'll just be a little bit undecisive, and I just take an initiative to make it happen. I said, what the heck? It's not going to hurt. So I'm going to be doing the first thing I'm going to be talking about. It came from techdirt.com. This was entitled, Confirmed TSA's Behavioral Detection Program is Useless, Biased, and Based on Junk Science. Thanks to the FOIA requests and losses, the ACLU had gathered enough documents to provide a comprehensive report within the PDF format on the worthlessness of the TSA's behavioral detection program, meant to give the agency a better way to proactively thwarting acts of terrorism. The program, instead of opts for lazy profiling, dubious readings of behavior cues, and junk science. The document shown the evolution of the behavior detection program and make clear the extent to which it is a program of surveillance of unsuspecting travelers based on unreliable indicators. Behavior detection officers, some of them dressed in plain clothes, scrutinize travelers at airports for over 90 behaviors that the TSA associates with stress, fear, or deception, looking for what the TSA calls signs of malintent. The reliability of these so-called indicators is not supported by the scientific studies in the TSA files. The behavior detection officers may then engage travelers in casual conversation that is actually an effort to probe the basis for any purported signs of deception. Sounds pretty exciting here, right? Oh, absolutely. When the officers think they perceive those behaviors, they follow the travelers, subject them to additional screening, and at times bring in law enforcement officers who can investigate them further. Can we say, thought criminal investigators, 1984, 101. The TSA has repeatedly claimed that the behavior detection program is grounded in valid science, but the records that the ACLU obtained showed that the TSA has in its possession a significant body of research that contradict those claims. The records include numerous academic studies and articles that directly undermine the premise of the program. The notion that the TSA officers can identify threats to aviation security with some reliability based on specific behaviors in an airport setting. In fact, the scientific literature in the TSA's own files reinforces that deception detection is inherently unreliable and that many of the behaviors the TSA is apparently reliant on are actually useless in detecting deception. The documents further show that the TSA either overstated the scientific validity of behavior detection techniques in communications with members of Congress and government auditors, or did not disclose information that discredited the program's scientific validity. There is nothing good in the ACLU's findings. In addition to the contradictory list of behavioral indicators that would make pretty much every traveler suspicious. The documents also a behavioral detection presentation, which you could get a link for that. That shows compliers' inherent bias for no appropriate reason. The presentation includes the following images, and they have them right here. Suicide bomber. They have this one here. What this girl, mommy, please, I need this suicide bomber martyr Barbie. She got the glitter blast action. Yes, she's 6 already. Praise Allah. And there's Barbie in the suicide bomber outfit. Very interesting. Right above these questionable images is something just as questionable, a profile of female suicide bombers that pretty much encompasses the entirety of the female gender. Profile of a female suicide bomber continued. If you can't read this picture, the female suicide bomber profiles read as follows. So it'd be it's a little bit bigger, and I said, what the hell? Let me just go down so I won't get lost. Single, married, mothers or grandmothers, high school and college students, working professionals such as lawyers, journalists, or medical practitioners, devout or non-devout in religious beliefs, intelligent, charming, and attractive, the very active in their cause. The cost of this program, which simultaneously carries two biases while providing a little in a way of useful targeting, runs in the millions. In exchange, U.S. taxpayers have received almost nothing that makes air travel safer. What they have attained is the opportunity to be questioned without being detained, as TSA agents attempt to apply contradictory non-science to casual conversations most travelers feel compelled to engage in. Engaging in mock casual conversation with TSA agents is guaranteed to result in some level of suspicion, as it would be almost impossible not to. So if you have body odor, that's considered possibly a bad behavior, a possible suspect. So everyone should get real smelly and dirty and not bathe for a couple of days before going to the airport. When you get patted down, you make your lives miserable. What we're going to do is shut the whole airport down. Absolutely. That's probably what TSA will do for your own safety. I'm being a little sarcastic, but you know what? It's understandable. The TSA list of misbehavioral indicators, long held secret but leaked to the press in March 2015, deepens our concerns about the program and calls into question whether it could ever be implemented neutrally and objectively. This list includes conduct as a commonplace as being late for a flight, yawning, whistling, or rubbing one's hands together. Other indicators are unavoidably subjective, appearing confused, wearing improper attire, appearing not to understand questions, or displaying exaggerated emotions. So if you're a comedian, you can be a suspect. If you wear some off-the-wall heavy metal shirt or a hardcore punk or exploited shirt, you are a suspect. Or I can go on here. I'm just being a little sarcastic, of course. In some cases, the TSA indicators place travelers in the difficult position of seeming deceptive to the TSA no matter what they do, whether they give non-answers to questions or they are overly specific with answers, whether they are gazing down or constantly looking at other travelers or associates, whether they have no or little direct eye contact, or they have widely open staring eyes, putting agents in the position of sleuthing out potential terrorists with a long list of contradictory indicators does travelers and their safety no favors. When nothing can be reconciled against the TSA's disproven sincere agents are more likely to fall back on their own biases when vetting travelers. Hence, the large number of non-white flyers randomly selected for additional screening. The program hasn't made the TSA smarter or more nimble. All it's done is made flying even more unpleasant, especially for those that fit the profile that TSA provides, which is damn near everyone attempting to board a plane. Ha, hip, hip, hooray. And this is a way to destroy the competitive free market. Bring the TSA in saying, this is how we do things with their biased propaganda and their junk signs. And we go, kind of, sort of, it's the only way. Kind of, sort of, will get us through the day. A sumptuous concept. Make an ass of you and me, folks. That's how the TSA does things. When government knows best, screw the rest. bend over and get it right in the rectum and go, thank you, master or mistress, may I have another? This is why I've been telling people for all these years, the war on terror is a conflagration with the people, okay, including the TSA. And they're going to say around to everyone around here that you're the bad guy. You shouldn't be flying because we think you are a threat. Remember, government knows best, right? They want us to all be little sheeple walking around like zombies and drones and go, yes, master, may I have another? Or line up soon, they're going to probably put the eye retina in there to go flying, okay? So, and even go to the body scans is such a confounded sham. And people don't realize, yeah, you can get cancer. Why all you folks going into those body scanners? I have no effing clue. And even the folks that got the little bypass program, you just go, yes, I sold my soul to the state. I'm a real patriot. Give me a break, friends. This is why I've been saying this for years. The TSA is nothing more than a monumental deception, the laughing stock of the governmental entity, and our tax dollars is going down the tube because they claim to make us safe. But when you trust the government, it will hit you. You'll be hitting your head, crash into a wall at 180 miles an hour, and boom. This is why I'm using sarcasm. I'm digressing, and forgive me on this, my friends. Get rid of the damn TSA. Plain and simple. And plus, how come terrorists go after soft targets? Because it's easy pickings, okay? Foreign free zones. Easy pickings. Let's get them into the slaughterhouse. You know, that's how they think, the slaughterhouse. All these years, my friends, tyrannical bureaucracy doesn't work. All right? End of story. Okay, so the next one, my friends, I'm just making this pretty short and sweet. This one came actually a couple days ago, and it's by neonneto.com, and I got this from David Icke on Twitter. And it says here, Elijah Wood, Hollywood is run by a powerful elite pedophile ring. Well, more people are coming out here. Actor exposes pedophilia and links to Washington child abuse. Actor Elijah Wood has come forward to expose the future nature of Hollywood pedophilia, claiming that the entire industry is run by a powerful pedophile ring that's shielded by elite ties in Washington, D.C. The 35-year-old said that Hollywood is in the grip of a child sexual abuse scandal that involves very powerful figures that are protected by political connections right at the top. Former child star who made his debut in Back to the Future 2, age 8, said that he was lucky to be protected by his mother when he first arrived in Hollywood. He didn't attend the types of parties where the pedophiles would prey on the young actors. Fellow former child actor Corey Feldman recently revealed his experiences as a child star in Hollywood and described how himself and his best friend Corey Haim were molested by powerful older men who surrounded children like vultures at parties organized by Tinseltown elites. Feldman attributes Haim's molestation to his drink and drug-fueled demise that led to his eventual death. Elijah Wood claimed that the Hollywood scandal is on a scale similar to that of Jimmy Savile in the UK, in which the former TV star who has a close relationship with the British royal family was not only a serial pedophile that had abused literally hundreds of children, but he was also a procurer of children for elite pedophile rings. You all grew up in Savile. Jesus, it must have been devastating, he told the Sunday Times. Clearly, something major was going on in Hollywood. It was all organized. There are a lot of vipers in this industry, people who only have their own interests in mind, he added. There is a darkness in the underbelly. If you can imagine it, it's probably happened. Last week's hundreds of arrests were made across California in a huge pedophile bust to crack down on human trafficking. Yes, I think it was like 474 people were arrested. All right, I do remember reading about that. Although it seems that authorities that now seem to be taking an active stance against these child sex abuse traffickers, some fear that the powerful figures at the top of the chain will remain shielded from prosecution. Wood said abuse prevails because victims are unable to speak as loudly as those in power. That's the tragedy of attempting to reveal what is happening to innocent people, he said. They can be squashed, but their lives have been irreparably damaged. And Henry, co-founder of Biz Parents, an organization to set up help young actors, claimed Hollywood was currently sheltering 100 active abusers, and a tsunami of claims was emerging. Wow. It's interesting because I remembered Kenneth Anger, Hollywood Babylon. It's pretty wild stuff in that book. And a lot of people may not know he's a Satanist, a Church of Satan member. He talks about these things. And I recall one person that was very familiar in Hollywood talked about Marilyn Monroe, and they had to force 3 abortions. So the whole thing about Hollywood itself, Hollywood elite, is they control you like minions and parasites and puppets, okay? It's been talked about for a long time. And, of course, the pedophile rings, this is just an example. It's happening around the world. Even in townships in England, districts of England, they're being exposed as well. And many people think about these conspiracy nuts, okay, that talk about these things 20 years ago, thought they were crazy, but not anymore. Elijah Woods does have the courage to put this out, and he can be in jeopardy as well. So you keep your thoughts and blessings to him and anyone else to stand up for what was right, protecting the young, innocent children. Because this is downright unacceptable. And one day these sons of bitches that's responsible are going to get squashed. One way or the other. I guarantee you that. You will be destroyed. And that is a fact. That time's coming. And you know what? I'll have no pity or shame for you folks whatsoever. And finally, I got actually just tweeted by Truth Frequency News. Thanks, Chris. Hopefully you're doing fine. Hopefully hope your wife's doing fine as well, my friend. And it's pretty damn cool here. Came out actually February 8th by Dayton Daily News in New Miami. Okay, like Miami, New Miami. As in Ohio, if I'm correct. And it says here, Judge rules New Miami speeders owed $3 million. Denise G. Callahan wrote. And it says here, a Butler County judge ruled the village of New Miami must repay speeders every penny of the $3 million it collected from drivers who were caught by former standalone speed cameras. Judge Michael Oster issuing his ruling on Wednesday. The court has already found Council Ordinance 1917 as adopted by the Village of New Miami to be unconstitutional. Oster wrote, currently any collection of retention of monies collected under the ordinance was wrongful, based upon the aforementioned established Ohio law. This action subjustice. It is therefore not a civil suit for money damages, but rather an action to correct the unjust enrichment of the Village of New Miami. The judge asked speeders' attorney within 30 days to provide him with a spreadsheet on how much their clients were ticketed for, which is a total of $3 million. The judge's decision seems to be explicitly suggest that everything that people paid under the ordinance needs to be paid back. Josh Engel, one of the plaintiffs' attorneys, said, "We are very pleased, that all motorists are going to get their money back. I think it underlies a basic principle that the government must act within the Constitution and the government agency can't take advantage of people." James Alger, New Miami's outside counsel who has handled the case, said this was really just a first step into almost 4-year-long litigation. He said also ruling on the remedy, but there are other issues like due process questions. There are ripe for appeal before the 12th District Court of Appeals and the Ohio Supreme Court. Other courts, both state and federal, have come down on the side of municipalities and thinks the administrative hearing process in New Miami will meet constitutional muster appeal. On appeal. Thank you, ma'am. All right. My dog just having fun here from some ladies. All right. The village's legal bill stands around $100,000, and Engert said he believes there has been a good and necessary expenditure of taxpayers' money. It is worthwhile is an exercise of the police power to preserve safety within the village, he said. The reason that it's worthwhile pursuing it is the Supreme Court in Ohio in Mendenhall in 2008 that found that automated traffic programs, red light and speeding camera programs, are constitutional. In 2014, Supreme Court held that administrative hearings are constitutional and within the powers of municipalities like New Miami to use to enforce automated traffic procedures. The village thought it was acting totally within its constitutional statutory authority and is just defending its ability to do that. Village solicitor Dennis Adams told the Journal News they can't submit either the attorney fees or final judgment to insurance, and they have said they have 10 years to repay the speeders. An affidavit filed by fiscal officer Belinda Ricketts showed the village had $1.375 million in cash in general fund at the end of November, and about $1.2 million of what is unencumbered. New Miami speed cameras were declared unconstitutional in March 2014, and the case has been in and out of common pleas and appellate courts ever since. The Ohio Supreme Court declined a review of the case last summer. The village cited 44,993 people and collected $1.8 million during the 15 months the cameras were rolling. New Miami contracted with Opto Traffic to run the speed camera program and for that service. The Maryland traffic camera business was paid $1.2 million, or 40% of the total fine collection amount. So the final figure the speeders want to collect is $3 million. The village has maintained it is only liable for the $10,728 paid, $10,728 paid by speeders who actually went through the improper hearing process, which is the heart of the case. The two sides had one meeting with the media last fall, and the judge gave them extra time following the hearing in December to try to reach an agreement. The village reinstated its speed camera program early last year under guidelines set down by new laws legislators enacted. That means on any given day or hour, a police officer can be seen tucked in among buildings and garages and at the gateway to the village from Hamilton with a handheld speed camera trained on drivers. The village collected $424,196 through November of last year. A safety study the Village Commission showed there were 26 accidents on the road from 2009 to 2013. A two-day speed survey in March showed 7,217 drove under 35 miles an hour speed limit, 8,035 drove between 36 and 40 miles an hour, and 2,456 drove between 41 and 45 miles an hour. There were 433 people who drove 10 miles or more over the limit, and 3 people drove 61 miles an hour or faster. The records indicate the CEO of Opto Traffic, Thomas Bouchard, has sworn that of the 44,227 tickets issued under the old regime, 12,447 were sent to people caught going 50 miles an hour or faster. Well. It blew back in her faces. I think it's really good. I'm really ecstatic about this. Well, gotta cough it up. Cough it up, my friends. If you don't like it, get another job. Walmart's hiring. Well, I think it's really good news. And, hey, brother, when people take action, you get some real good results. So remember, everything is a game of tug of war. All right? So don't complain. Take action. If you got to protest, be inspired, not hired. Don't be like those Ashcons out there telling all these idiots to do their job, which the people they love haven't done it either, okay? So don't play this little hypocritical game. Keep it real, organic, and you know what? Things will make impact. I guarantee you that. It's not, it doesn't happen overnight, but it does things. It will happen in a period of time, and I can tell you that firsthand. Okay, well, I'd like to thank everyone for listening to the show. Plus, feel free to download and share throughout your social media networks. If you have any questions, comments, or you want to send me something that's interesting, whatever you do, please send your correspondence with decorum. You can hit me on Facebook, Twitter, Google+, Spreaker, iHeartRadio, Tumblr, YouTube, Freedoms Network, Scene.life, and Minds.com. Or you can email me at LokiLuck3, which is LokiLuck and the number 3 all together at gmail.com. I'd like to thank Craig from CJ's Java Lounge for making this happen. Have me hang out here and put up with me. Now they're good folks. Mom and Pa, remember, shop local, help the economy by doing that, all right? All right, my friends, that's all for now. Once again, thank you for your time. Plus, always remember that demoniac resistance is healthy for the soul and can liberate humanity. Until next time, take care of yourselves. Keep on spreading the love, and may your guardian spirits be with you.